tell me a little bit about yourself and your books.
Yeah, absolutely. So I write under the pen name Anna Hawke. I am 37, I think.
Cool.
I have three kiddos. And my books are urban fantasy and paranormal romance. I've always loved the genre and decided a couple of years ago that I would start publishing. So
Ah,
it's just been a wild
cool.
ride since then.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. So the book that we're featuring for
Yes.
the road trip, which one was that again?
It's Against Immortal Sins, which is definitely
Yes.
out of reach.
Oh, no problem.
But
Yeah,
yes.
can you just tell us a little bit about that book so then people can
Yeah.
kind of get a feel for it and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a dual perspective paranormal romance. It features an elemental man and a vampire woman. And it's absolutely enemies to lovers. They meet at this kind of summit for immortals where they're trying to create this truce, this peace.
Oh,
And he invites her back to his hometown where a bunch of other immortals are living, and there's this tension between them, and it's just delicious how it all
oh,
comes out. And it's one of my absolute favorite books that I've written. So I'm really excited for it to be
cool.
featured.
Did you get inspiration from your own state where you live?
Yeah. Yeah, so I've lived in Iowa most of my life. And I love the state, to be honest. And I know that sounds so weird because it's, mostly corn and cows. Um,
Yeah,
but
that's funny.
it was a fantastic place to grow up. And I figure, why not write about somewhere you know really well?
Yeah.
So the fictional town where this is set in is only, 30 miles away from where I actually live.
Cool.
So it's something that I've always really enjoyed. And I figure there are so few fantasy romances that are set in Iowa. Like, why wouldn't I be the first? So,
Right. I love that. Yeah. And you're so
yeah.
right because I feel like a lot of urban fantasy or fantasy stories in general aren't really
Hmm.
in the Midwest at all. Like,
No, they definitely aren't.
yeah, which is why
Yeah.
not, right?
Yeah, it's a great place to be, but yeah, not
Yes.
necessarily, the urban sprawling landscapes of, concrete jungles, but
Oh,
definitely still fun. Definitely still fun.
yeah, that's awesome. So when you think about the different things in your state and like Iowa
Mhm.
and like culture, what things did you bring into your book that are definitely very Iowan?
Yeah, so this is gonna sound so weird, but I have occasionally grown up and seen like foxes and bobcats and whatnot. But there's a little bobcat that's featured in this book.
Oh, cute.
And the coolest thing is that elementals love animals, and it just kind of trots along beside him down the streets of
Oh,
Paris, all this fictional town. But there's, so
cute.
many different references to like Iowa City, which is a huge part of the culture. It's a kind of a college town.
Okay.
But yeah, just that and, the corn and the cows, as I've said before. But it's a great state, and I absolutely love just kind of showing some different things in paranormal romance that you
Right.
never see. So
Yeah, that's for sure. That's exciting. And so
yeah.
with your main characters in that book, can you
Mhm.
tell just a little bit about your main characters in that book?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Runa is the female main character. She's a vampire with a dark past because of course.
Why not?
Um, and she absolutely loves books. She collects books. One of her favorite books is The Great Gatsby,
Cool.
which of course Gideon has in his collection, who's the main male character. But they just kind of bond over that. And Gideon, who is one of my fandom's favorite characters, is an elemental, and he controls the earth. So basically,
Cool.
like he can kind of put his mind into the earth and shift the plates and stop landslides
Oh,
and
wow.
develop earthquakes. And
Yep.
it's a really cool power. And yeah, as I said, they're enemies to lovers, and it's just
I
this
love that
great
trope.
tension, and it's kind of a slow burn. But they come together in the end, and it's just a fantastic
Oh, good.
Fantastic ending.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. I love it. I love that, Anna. And then if you could share a little bit about like how you got the inspiration for this book. I
yeah.
know sometimes that's
Oh,
like a love-hate question for writers,
no. Let's see.
but just
I'm trying to
figured,
remember. I wrote it a while ago. But to be honest, so one of my favorite shows growing up was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
oh, cool. Yep,
So,
it's
so I took
good.
a lot of inspiration from that with Gideon's elemental powers. Um, and then Runa just kind of walked fully into the scenes, like fully fleshed out, and just had her mind made up. And she's
Oh,
such kind of
cool.
a spicy character that it's just funny to kind of see how their interactions go throughout the book. But
I love
yeah,
it.
there's just tons of banter between
Oh,
them.
cool.
But yeah, a lot of the world building, I took some of the elements from Avatar: Last Airbender.
Oh, cool.
Um, and yeah, just kind of made it my own from there.
I like too how the girl is the vampire because I feel like in
Mhm.
a lot of the urban fantasy type stories,
Tons.
you have
Yeah,
a lot of the guys are the vampire, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, so that's really cool that you did that with the girl. She's the
hmm
vampire.
Yeah, and that I flipped that trope a lot on its head. Like in my first book, which is set in Pennsylvania wilds,
Oh yeah,
um, the werewolf alpha is actually the female character,
I
so it's
love
totally
that.
different in that one as well.
Oh,
So
cool. Yeah, that
it's just
is
fun.
really cool. I love that though. Why not? Why not
Yeah.
have a strong female character as
hmm
one of those badass characters?
I know, right?
Working on anything new right now.
Yeah. So I completed the Immortal Chord series in March of this year, I think.
Cool.
And my new series comes out July 1st. So working on that one, and it's going to be a blast. It's a similar world building, different world. But in that one, there's fated mates and,
Okay.
psychic abilities, shifters of all different types. The first one has a snow leopard shifter.
Okay.
And the second one has like a fox shifter and a bear shifter. So it's tons of
Oh,
fun.
that is exciting.
So,
Oh my God. Most of them are kind of like the urban
mhm.
fantasy. That's what you
Yes.
mainly write, right?
hmm
Yeah, cool.
For sure.
So then do you kind of get more characters first? Are you more of a character person or plot person? What comes to you
Oh
first
gosh.
when you're trying to write the story?
I'm so bad at this question because I usually think of like a trope to base things around. So like
Yep.
in this book that I'm editing right now, basically the main character is sent to a prison and it kind of has to develop from there. So I kind of created the idea for it first and then I brainstormed the characters and plot
Oh, sure.
afterward.
Okay.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's just I'm terrible at that question because I don't
That's
really know.
so funny. I'm glad you've been I was like, man, I'm sure other people have asked this question before, but
Yeah.
it's awesome. Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, it's kind of cool to have a little bit of both, like
For sure.
having
Yeah.
that and everything. Like I'm over here and I'm just like, oh, I have a cool idea about this person and she did it and this place and blah blah. And I tell my husband, and he's very kind of plot orientated,
hmm
and he's like, but Devin, there's not any story there. What's the story? And I'm like, I haven't figured that out yet.
Right? Or you like have a scene idea in your head and you're
Yeah.
trying to plot like this whole book around that one scene, which
Yeah.
I have done
Difficult.
before, which is terrible, but
Yeah. Yeah. That is hard. It's like, oh goodness, how am I gonna do this? Okay,
Yeah.
so your two main characters then
hmm
from the book, if they were to go on a road trip, where would they go?
Mm. Oh gosh. Um, let's see. So it would probably be back to Gideon's home hometown of, well, actually, it's in Brazil.
Okay.
And I think they go there, but I've also heard that there are no direct roads to Brazil. So
Oh,
not
really?
necessarily a road trip, but maybe a flight.
A flight.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think just going throughout, the US and up into Canada and
Oh,
all of
yeah.
that crazy wilderness up there would be just so much fun.
Oh,
Um,
totally.
but yeah, they've been around a while. They're both immortals, so
Yeah.
it's hard to say where they would go because they've been a lot of places
Oh,
already.
totally right. And then, of course, any good road trip or flight trip or any type of
hmm
trip, and is always you always need some good candy or treats or drinks or something. What is their go-to treats?
Well, in my series, so vampires don't need anything
Okay.
outside of obviously blood.
Yeah.
But Gideon, gosh, he does have a sweet tooth. Um, so I'd probably say chocolate, but yeah, probably any type of vegetation.
Oh, sure, sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, fruits, obviously,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of a
Okay.
one-sided question since Bruno definitely won't eat anything.
There you go. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my goodness. I love that.
Okay.
Hey, if you were going on a road trip, what book would you bring with you? Maybe like a
Oh
favorite book of
gosh.
yours.
Um, so as in my books or the books that I read?
The books that you've read.
Okay, so I would have to say the Patricia Briggs books.
Okay.
Those are mostly closed door, but they are all about a coyote shifter, and she's a
Oh,
mechanic. So it's just a phenomenal
hey.
series, and I think there's like 15 of them now.
Okay.
But yeah, they're just phenomenally well written, and I love how she writes. It's kind of a
Oh.
great fantasy
Hmm.
with notes of mythology in it.
Oh, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So, since we're kind of talking about like open door or closed door there, for your books, are they closed door, open doors, and spice? What are they? If
Yeah,
you
so
compare it to peppers.
they are all closed door. But they're kind of described as like sweet with heat, if you
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're kind of the PG-13, so definitely more than a peck on the lips.
Right.
But yeah, they have some heat to them, but definitely closed door, all of them are. So
Okay.
but yeah, P kind of PG-13 rated or
Right.
like level 3 on closed door romances scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good to know. I just
Yeah.
been trying to remember to ask that question to everyone because everyone likes different things. So,
For
yeah,
sure.
with Iowa, if you could recommend any
Mm.
places in your state, I feel like that's one thing people kind of look past the Midwest when it comes to vacation.
They do.
Yeah, which I mean, it's not,
They're a drive-through state, you know?
drive through, right? Yeah, exactly. I get that too, being in North Dakota. And it's
Yeah,
there are some pretty things out here in the Midwest.
for
So
sure.
yeah, we need to let people know about that. So what would you
hmm
say are some different things that you enjoy in your state?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things in Iowa is the Iowa State Fair.
Cool.
So that's in August every year. It's usually like the first or second week, but it is just tons of fun. They have like the biggest bull, which is huge, huge, huge bull. And then they also have just tons of, fun things to do. Like there's like quilting shows and there's horse shows. And my favorite
Oh,
is like the produce shows because they have these gigantic 1,000-pound pumpkins that you can just
wow.
see and they're just out there and like how does anything grow that big?
That's
But,
insane.
but yeah, just the food that the Iowa State Fair offers is just crazy eclectic. So like you can get fried butter there, which is absolutely
Oh,
disgusting. So don't recommend that, but everything is fried here. So
oh goodness, that's funny. That's hilarious.
uh-huh. But yeah, it's a
Awesome.
fantastic thing to go to if you're driving through.
Okay.
So I live really close to the Maquoketa Cave State Park.
Oh,
And obviously you don't think of Iowa, you don't think of caves, but they have some really cool caves.
oh, really?
And there's like this massive underground dance hall that you can go into. And it's just super cool.
Oh,
You
wow, that
follow
sounds really
this
cool.
underground stream. And there's these caves that you have to like crawl into, which I will not go into, but it's actually a really cool place to visit.
Oh,
So definitely
cool.
would recommend the Maquoketa Cave State Park. And let's see, there's Wildcat Den State Park, which me and my family go to all the time, but it's just a great fun little hike to go
Oh,
to.
cool. But I mean, so many different things to see and
hmm
do and everything. I know.
Yeah, Iowa City is a great place to go to as well. I just have a blast whenever I go up there. They have great malls and really,
Cool.
really good food. So
Okay. Do
that's
you
also another one.
any good recommendations for
Um,
Iowan places to eat or coffee shops?
Yeah, so this is kind of out of the way, but in Muscatine there is Skinny's Barbecue.
Oh,
And they have been rated like the top barbecue in our state multiple times, and it is so good.
Ugh.
They make this like macaroni and pulled beef sandwich, which doesn't sound good at all, but it is
It's
so,
good.
so amazing. But yeah, that's a place I definitely recommend going to because once you
Cool.
go there, you will never want to eat anywhere else.
Oh my goodness, I love that. That's hilarious. So then, and where can people find you and your books?
Yeah, so I have a pretty good presence on Instagram. It's really where I do most of my interaction and whatnot. I have a Facebook group, but it's I always forget about it, which is terrible. But yeah, I do a lot on my Instagram. I'm usually posting every day out there, and I try to do some reels on TikTok as well. But yeah,
Awesome.
my books are all on Kindle Unlimited, and in paperback. But yeah, just
Awesome.
they're a complete series now. So
Cool. That's exciting. That's really
yeah.
exciting. And I bet you have tons more ideas for more books coming in
Oh
the
gosh.
future.
Yeah, so I have this one series that's coming out in July. That's 6 books, and it'll be
Wow.
completed next year, I think.
Yep.
And then I'm working on a cowboy romance series, which I'm really
Oh,
excited for.
fun.
So
That's
yeah,
exciting. And where's
yeah,
your
very
cowboy
different,
romance going to
but
be set?
what was that?
Where's your cowboy romance going to be set?
I'm not sure yet.
That's cool though. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm thinking Montana, but we'll see.
There you go. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for having me. This has been fun.
Yeah, most definitely. It was a lot of fun. So thank you so much.
Definitely. Have
Yeah.
a good night.
Yeah, you have a good night too. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yep, bye. Thanks for riding shotgun on the Romance Reading Road Trip. I'm so excited that you're here, and I can't wait for you to see everything else that we have in store. Be sure to hop down below into the description and sign up to get your passport. You aren't going to want to miss it. See you later.